Morning, everyone. Happy New Year. What Ford? He's my guard dog right now. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I was struggling with location. And then this stand that the phone goes on was not behaving. So first and foremost, Happy New Year. I've got my coffee. Let everyone come in. Thank you guys so much for submitting. Again, I always say this, but submitting all the amazing things you're looking forward to and any anxiety or anything like that you might be having. I first wanted to say I hope everyone had a great holiday or Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I'm going to be completely honest. The holidays were a little stressful. It was a lot of some family drama and things, but in the end, everything got resolved. So that's the positive. I find that sometimes the holidays, you might have unresolved issues because you see these people maybe once a year. And so then you see them again and you're like, stuff bubbles to the surface. And I find some people just have a lot of stress and anxiety around presents and entertaining and hosting and cooking and cleaning. And I wish there was, when we're all younger and we don't have any of those responsibilities, the holidays always seem so perfect. And then you get older when you have the responsibilities and you're kind of like, oh geez, so much stress. And I'm trying to find a way to make it so that the holidays are really stress-free. And I feel like I've talked to everybody now close to me, and everybody's kind of experienced the same thing. There's a slight element of, oh my God, the holidays are over. But then it's also really sad because I love the holidays. So exactly, what's Christmas without family drama? It's really true, but I just figured I'm not going to come on here and be like, everything was perfect. No, there was some tears shed, some arguments had, but I am happy that that in the end, everyone is good and things got said and, off their chest. And that's where's my iPad? Oh, it's back there. I was like, I need my iPad. I have all the notes on it. So I'm really happy that all that was resolved, because it would be really sad starting off the new year with some unresolved issues. So they're doing construction. I wonder if you guys can hear that. It's always construction. Ford, you have to go lay down. You can't sit here and just lick my hand for this entire time. Yeah, I need you to go lay down. He's right by my side, and if I don't scratch his head, he starts licking my hand. It's a thing is happening right now. So yeah, I was struggling with what this We Chat Wednesday was going to be, simply because I was like, do I talk about all the hardships of the holidays? But I don't want to talk about that. I really want to talk about what's ahead. But I didn't want to shy away from the fact that Ford does want cuddles. I didn't want to shy away from the fact that the holidays can be really tough for everyone. And, some people struggle a lot with just loneliness too during the holidays. And so if you made it through a tough time during the holidays, I'm giving you a hug. Congratulations. We all need it. That's why I was like, make it as real as possible. Everyone's like, there's drama in every family. And it's true. And for some reason, it always wants to come out during the holidays when time's supposed to be joyous. So there's that little update, but feeling very excited for the new year. But also I wanted to and you guys have inspired me even just by some of the ones I've read already, is I was kind of feeling, and someone also said it too, a little lost in 2026. I started 2025 knowing, Found was coming out, and I think there was just a different energy, and 2026 feels weird. And I do feel a little kind of okay. I know the things my intentions, and I know what I'm moving towards, but it's very strange 2026 for me so far. So I'm interested. I want to read some of your guys' things, and then I'll probably, talk more on my 2026 things and intentions before it's going to torture me. Buddy, do you want to at least say hi? Come here for 1 second. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Just knock my neck out. He is such a baby, guys. I don't know what... Are you looking? Where are you looking? I can't see anything now. I'll give this moment to Ford, and then you have to go, okay? Okay, go. Okay, go. You gotta go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. That was gonna distract me so much. Yeah, someone said 2026 has been strange and it's only 7 days. I'm excited for 2026. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm just a little like, okay, where do I start? I have a bunch that I'm planning this year and a bunch that's coming out and a bunch that things are happening. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's so weird. It's weird. It's weird. I'll stop talking about that. By the way, I got an amazing Christmas present that I haven't started using, which kind of defeats the purpose. But I would say I'm starting 2026 a little late. Maybe we'll start it today. But this 5-year journal is what I got as a present, and it's overwhelming to think of 5 years of my life will be in this. But it's really cool, and you kind of like, you write just a little bit each day. So it doesn't give the pressure of like, oh, you have to write, pages and pages and pages. It's just like little excerpts, of those days. And I'm really excited, but also like, it's intimidating. 5 years of your life all in one book. So yeah, so I thought that was a really good present. I'd love to actually know what kind of gifts and stuff you guys got that you really cherish. I mean, I know there's some people that, you just got that thing, but I feel like there's always that gift that you get that you're kind of like, wow, I didn't know I needed that. And that was really like well thought out. I'm looking at everyone. Hi, everyone. Fire Country. I am going up to Shadow. Okay, so we'll talk a little about so I leave again to go out of town, and I'm actually, and maybe that's where my feelings are somewhat mixed. It's like I have mixed feelings about leaving town. It's weird. I'm so excited to go up and shadow on Fire Country again. I'm shadowing Nicole Rubio, and I'm so excited to do that. I've always admired her, so to get to do it, it's gonna be amazing, but it tends to be a little lonely. Like, you go up to another country and you're in your apartment or hotel room doing a lot of like lone work, and it's hard to kind of get out and explore a city on your own. I've gotten very good at it because of all my travels, but yeah, it's definitely difficult to be like, okay, I'm now going to venture out in a unique new city by myself. So yeah, I'll be in Vancouver shadowing and excited for it, but it's like almost a month and I'm just gonna miss everyone. So it's a little bit of mixed feelings right now. I'm very, I don't know, maybe I'm very emotional right now. I can't tell. Why does someone have a tear face? Greetings. Hi, everyone from around the world. I don't have plans to come to Brazil, but who knows? It's January. I'm just reading some comments. It sounds like someone overcame breast cancer. Congratulations, or is in remission. I'm not sure what the verbiage is with that, but your Christmas present from your wife is to cuddle a Highland cow. I think that's a great one. I think that's an absolute amazing one. There's some compliments on here. Thank you guys for those. I want to see. Just hello from around the world. Greece, the UK, Canada, Spain. I'm trying to see what other flags are on here. I can't wait for Germany. I can't wait for Orlando in May too. Very excited about that. So yeah. And you guys, it's amazing that found a new home and success on Netflix, which is just amazing. And I wasn't getting like my hopes up about that when I knew it was going to be on Netflix. But I mean, to find out it was, I don't know what it is now, but it was in like the top 3 yesterday. And I was just in complete shock. Hi, France. Okay. So I'll start it off with saying, a quote, which is kind of my trend now, is with the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. And that was said by Eleanor Roosevelt. And that is so true. It does feel like you can kind of reset every day. And I always think that going forward, like just having one bad day doesn't mean you'll have a bad week or a bad couple days. You know, sometimes we just have to reset. That reset is sometimes all you need. Okay. I want to, first I'll mention, I want to make sure I'm going through all this, is the things that you said about how you're kickstarting your 2026. So, kickstarting my 2026 with being kind to myself and others around me. I think that's a fantastic one. Kickstarting it slow and mellow. I'm trying to do that. I'm reading a book called The Relaxed Woman. And when someone saw me reading it that knows me really well, I actually laughed. So I'm really, really, really trying to start it more slow and mellow and not put so much pressure on myself. So we'll see how that goes and if that stays. But yeah, so that's how it's going to start. Journaling every day. I think that is a fantastic one. I think this book is a nice way for me to somehow do that because it's just simple. Because sometimes I would set this goal, like I have to journal all my thoughts and get everything out every day. And I love journaling, everyone that knows me. But then I remember when I started journaling early on, then I put this pressure on myself that I had to journal so much every day. And then I would be upset with myself if I didn't journal. So setting that bar of like journal every day, but also it's okay if you don't. And sometimes journaling just is like, I'm tired, good night. Spending more time with my family and friends. I mean, that's a big one. I say 2026 is like my year of balance. I'm going to try to figure out the right balance because I could never figure it out in 2025. But I think part of my balance, for anyone out there that relates to this, is just I take on too much and it's really hard. It's going to be really hard for me to not take on. It already is. I'm already saying no to things and it's really hard for me to say no to things. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But by saying no to things, I get to spend more time with my family and friends. And so I'm going to find that balance. Advocating for myself at work. This is a great one. You got this. I believe in you. Advocating for yourself in general in any element of life is so scary, but so important. But I'm with you in that it can be scary, but you'll feel so much better after you do. I've been someone that's had to tell a couple people to like nudge them to like go do it or like rehearse it. That was always one I practiced that was really good, is like rehearse what you're gonna say, and I think that really kind of gets the like nerves out the first time you say it. You're like, oh, that actually doesn't sound as good as I thought. Let me try that a different way. Sometimes rehearsing what you're gonna try to say in advocating for yourself, but sometimes you're advocating for yourself in situations that you can't plan for. But just go with your instincts. Trust yourself. Creating a vision board. I am going to do this too. So I tried, how are you going to do this is what I want to know. So I wanted to do a vision board last year of like, and Danielle Pearson's was doing it with me, of like cutting up newspapers and like putting, like you used to do it back in the day. And then someone introduced me to Canva. So I'm going to make a vision board. It's going to happen. And I'm really excited for it. And even Chris Harkins sent me something that was a little like that too, which I need to actually respond to his text. But I really want to do a vision board too. I've always gravitated towards them and think that they really are. You kind of self-manifest, if you see it every day. Yes, a digital one. KK, I saw that. Like I'm going to do, a digital vision board, and then I can put it on my phone and I can look at it all the time. And I think it also, from what I understand, which I'm hoping is what it does, is it really keeps my eye on my focus of like, what is the goal this year? Reflecting on the past year, doing things I love more and setting intentions. Yes. I find that sometimes, I remember a while ago, it's what are the things I love? Like sometimes that's not easy. Like sometimes I'm like, do I love this? Or do I love this because I'm doing something for someone else? Or like, what is it I love about it? And I started also reading about this thing about happiness, studies on happiness, and like really finding joy. So like all those things kind of tie together of like love, happiness, and joy. And yeah, doing things I love more, but I'm also framing it as doing things that bring me joy. So yeah, but I think that's a fantastic one too. Starting the new year with renewed hope. Yes. I think that's always, it is kind of feel like you're kind of hitting the reset button at the beginning of the year. But then I also feel like sometimes stuff goes wrong right at the beginning, and that's also like can lead to like complete disappointment. So I'm kind of like, have the hope, but also know that like, we all know that this year it's going to bring something. There's going to be some stressful thing that happens that we never saw coming or expected. And, so don't get upset with yourself when that thing happens, and continue to hold that hope is what I wish for you. beginning the pre-production process for my first short film. Yes! I'm so excited for you and that journey that you're on with that. It's so special and so important, and I cannot wait to see your short film. Setting small, reachable goals that are easy to accomplish. Yes, I need to learn from you. I'm trying that myself. Small, reachable goals, the small wins. Which I also wanted to say, I haven't reposted this, but I've been seeing people receive their packages, and it's just been putting such a big smile on my face. And so I'm going to repost some of those that I saw about people that bought the collection that I did with Little Kings. And yeah, I just wanted to say, like, thank you for wanting to, for wanting to wear the all that merchandise and loving it. I think it's a really important message, and it put such a smile on my face to see people receive the packages. So celebrating those small wins is what it just reminded me of, is those small reachable goals and celebrating those small wins. And yeah, I think it's so important to do that. Like small goals, like, oh, I'm going to bake this today. I'm going to go and make that. I'm going to go walk for 10 minutes. Like small reachable goals. Start small. Starting 2026 by exercising and drinking more water. That's so important. Yes, do that. Again, exercising can be, starting with a 10-minute walk, and, drinking water can be like filling up, a bottle and just trying to drink one bottle. So set those goals that are like, achievable within the fact that you're like, oh, I used to not drink water at all. So now it's a little different. I think, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to set myself up for that. Never mind. Not going to say it. Where was I? Trying to not put too much pressure on myself. Yes, please. All of us out there that need to hear that. Stop putting so much pressure on ourselves. Life is exhausting enough. Life and its responsibilities put enough pressure on us. So yes, trying to put less pressure on myself. I'm going to do the same. Moving house as a first-time home owner. Congratulations. Exciting can also be, I always say, I love owning a home. It's like, I always say it's my first baby was owning a home. But that being said, owning a home comes with so much problems. And so many bills you don't expect. There's always something, whether it's an electrical outlet that doesn't work, or light bulbs that go out, or for some reason the AC unit stops working, or the water heater stops working, or it's always something. But it's my baby. So congratulations. I'm excited for you in this next chapter. Moving to Dubai for work. Oh my gosh. I don't know where this person is moving from, so I don't know how big of a move it is, but like even me going to Vancouver for a month, going to a new city, having to make new friends, find all your new things is not easy. So, go easy on yourself, take it day by day. The fact that you're moving for work is always kind of a nice initiation because at least you have the people you're working with there. So I hope you love it. I've been to the airport, but I've never been. So I hope you love it. Setting off on a Euro trip to start off the new year. That sounds fantastic. That sounds fantastic to start off the year on a trip, to be honest. With a broken down car. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you my story. So everyone knows about Betty. Betty, she's not like completely died, but she's not really drivable. Meaning I might be getting a new car. Actually, no, I am getting a new car. So it sounds like when I get back from Vancouver, I'll be buying a new car because Betty, I could get her fixed again because anyone that doesn't know, I have a 2010 Prius named Betty. Sorry, for those that didn't know, like, what is she talking about? And so I have a 2010 Toyota Prius and I love her and I have spent so much money. She got her catalytic converter stolen once. I got it replaced. Her battery died, like the bigger one. I got it replaced. She has dings and dents in her that I just haven't gotten fixed because they would cost so much money. And now she has another problem that will again be a pretty expensive one to fix. So I think at this point I have to get a new car, even though it breaks my heart. Rest in peace, Betty. I know. Makes me so sad. She'll always be around. Someone's like, what are you gonna do with her? I was like, no, she's just gonna sit there. She's gonna sit there. I can't imagine throwing her out. And maybe maybe one day I'll pay to fix her and someone younger that's, first time driver can use her. But yeah. Yeah, someone just said I'm currently ignoring weird sounds in my car. I did that with Betty for a while. Don't ignore the weird sounds, because the problem, what I realized, is I start to ignore the real sounds, and then the problem gets worse. And then by the time I go to the mechanic, auto mechanic, he's like, "You should have taken it in a month ago." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." Like, go at least get it checked, see what they have to say, But do I like cars, or are they just a thing to get from A to B? I mean, I love cars, don't get me wrong. I appreciate cars. I can look at a car and be like, oh my God, that car's stunning. All of that. But yeah, I mean, living in LA, like having a nice car is so stressful, in my opinion. Like, parking is miserable. You're gonna get dinged by someone. Someone will rear end you. Someone will talk about something, someone will ding something or hit something, or it's just like, it's not fun. I have some friends that have really, really nice cars, and it's just, I look at the stress on their face, or like, I don't like the stress of people getting into your car and then you're like, oh God, or like, did they leave their trash? Did they spill their drink? Did they eat food in the car? Don't eat food in the car. Like, I can't deal with that. Like, that stress is too much. So for me, car is really to get from A to B. So whatever car I get next will probably not be some like, super fancy car. It'll just be something that is reasonable and sensible and gets me from A to B, and that I can hopefully have for the next 15 years, since that's how long I had Betty. Okay, sorry, I got off track. Starting the new year by applying for a new job. Congratulations on just doing it. That is a win. Applying for a job is not easy. So whatever happens, just, congratulate yourself that you applied. I'm excited for you for whatever comes. Getting things in the diary with friends, planning travel for the year ahead. Oh, this was something someone told me, and me and Kevin sat down and did it, was, we did it individually as our own too, but then as a couple was like the really intricate one, is, which sounds overwhelming, kind of sitting down and scheduling your entire 2026. Now, nothing's set in stone. It's not like stressful in regards to like we have to stick to it, but kind of gave us a rough kind of map of what the year will look like. Because we do have busy lives and we have a lot of factors. And so it was nice to kind of be like, well, this is what I want to do. Well, this is what I want to do. Well, this is what I have planned, and I have planned, and this is what we have planned together. And it was really, really interesting, and also kind of exciting way to start the year by really laying out what the plan is for the year. And now my brain's kind of thinking, and since we've done it, I'm like, oh, maybe we do this instead. Oh, because then that could then, and then this. And so yeah, I recommend that. I recommend, like, this was about, planning travel for the year ahead and stuff like that. So do it. Like, I really got a lot of joy out of it. Staying focused, new attitude, and being passionate about my dreams. I love that. I'm having to do that a little bit. I will say I'm bumping a little bit on like motivation behind certain things. And I don't know what that's about. For people that don't know the industry, because people see so many shows out there in the world, you probably think that the industry is doing fine. And I didn't realize that people didn't know how rough especially the LA industry is right now, for film and television. And so for anyone that doesn't know, it's like a very weird time in the industry in regards to like, they're just not picking up new shows. They're not really making new shows. There kind of is, but they're kind of things that they'd already agreed to. So it's been a really weird time, and everyone's hoping that this year will be better, but it also kind of puts you in this kind of headspace of like, okay, well, what's the new year going to bring in the industry of film and television? And all of us are kind of just sitting around waiting to see. So there's this weird thing of like, as an actress, so much is at the mercy of other people, although I'm developing projects, but again, are people picking them up? So it's an interesting time to feel like, oh, I'm motivated because there's all this energy going on and excitement and shows being picked up and things happening. And that's not the case. The industry is kind of in a very weird state. And so it feels a little like, what am I doing? Also, what am I talking about? Okay. Being healthier and more proactive. Yes. I think that's always positive. It's always great. Starting the new year by prioritizing myself more. I think, yes. For people that are, somebody just told me the thing about Enneagrams or Enneagrams. Yeah. The other day, I'm going to look into it, but basically being like caretakers, it's really hard to prioritize yourself when you're someone who, tends to want to caretake people, which is a version of codependency, which means you put your stuff to the side to take care of others because it brings you some sort of purpose or joy. But in the end, you end up sacrificing your own needs and wants. And it's something I struggle with. But prioritizing yourself is so important. And maybe that whole thing of like setting up goals for the year can help. Even I was told to like set my intentions of just stuff I want to do weekly, monthly. Do I want to get a massage once a month? Do I want to, like, what are those things that I want to do for myself? Even just once a month, setting that realistic goal of once a month instead of once a week to really do for myself. That will really feel like I'm prioritizing me. So I think that's a fantastic goal. Focusing on staying present. Yes. If anyone's really struggling with it, The Power of Now really helped me with staying present. It's kind of a book that you read it and it puts you in this mindset of like, oh my God. And living in the present is very eye-opening and enlightening. It's very interesting how just reminding yourself to stop, which we're doing, which is planning ahead, living in the future, or definitely not living in the past, but like, it's hard sometimes. Living in, even just planning ahead, being in the future all the time can be stressful. So like planning ahead, but also letting it go and living in this exact moment, looking around, taking in the nice weather or smell of coffee or something just to kind of ground yourself in the present moment is really, really important. And The Power of Now is a great book for that. Studying for university exams, wishing you all the best. That is not easy. I do not miss being in school. In that regard, is that grind of like study and test and study and test and just is a lot. So best of luck on your exams. You've got this. Starting the new year by I loved this one. Starting the new year's by getting 8 bottles of champagne and writing a goal on each of them. And then when you meet that goal, you pop the bottle. It's brilliant. I'm going to be doing this. Thank you for this idea. It's so brilliant. Because I also feel like even though I don't love champagne that much, like I feel there's something very celebratory about popping a bottle of champagne. And I love it. And so this like spoke to me on so many levels. So thank you for that recommendation. I think that is such a great idea, and I'll be doing that. Oh, this one was beautiful. New year, new me, ? No, new year, accept me. I think that's a beautiful way to frame it. I think it really is. Learn to love ourselves. As you guys all know, I'm like a broken record with that. And really embrace who we are instead of trying to be something we're not. And then I always do the flip side of that is believe like, in evolving and growth, that type of thing. But that's really in being who we are, and growing as people and knowing our little things that, I tend to like things to be a certain way or to be structured a certain way. And I'm trying, like I said, I'm reading this book called The Relaxed Woman, and I'm trying really to be more relaxed and not be so much like, okay, it's gotta be, but that false sense of security or control feels like, gives a false sense of security, that sense of control of like, if I do it this way and plan it that way, then it'll be great and everything will be fine. And that's never the reality. So I love that. New year, accept yourself, accept me. And that's really, really important. So yeah, those are all the ones that I clocked. You guys sent so many. I think I can see more while you guys are on. Let me see right here. Let me see if there's any more. I have some people, I saw this one. Some people are saying there's a lot of snow. They're like, the funny part, they're like, a lot of snow. I'm starting the year off with a lot of snow, which I have to say I'm very jealous about. Setting intentions, daily walks, yes. I'm going to try to ask for more help and try to beat my depression. So important. And being kinder to myself. And don't get, like, depression is sadly, for a lot of us, a part of life. Like, you're going to go through bouts of it. So it's not really beating it. It's managing it. It's figuring out how not to get into it. It's figuring out how to not to spiral so much. So go easy on yourself with that too. I don't think anyone in life has ever gone, like, beat it and been like, I'm never going to be depressed ever again. Nothing bad is ever going to happen. And I'm never going to get into that headspace. I think it's inevitable. We all do. And sometimes it happens at times we don't realize and over things that we never expected. So, go easy on yourself with that too. But I think managing it, figuring out what causes it, really trying to like fix the things that are sparking it, you know? I don't know if fix is the word, but like sometimes if you keep finding yourself getting into a space of depression, something needs to change. And sometimes it's a relationship, a friendship, a job, you know, finding, you know, setting something. Some people I know, it's like they've decided they want to run a marathon, and that gives them so much joy. It's kind of finding the joys in life that keep us, in my experience, sometimes out of a depressed state. So don't beat yourself up if you can't, you know, I don't think you're going to beat it, but manage it, you know, manage it so that when it happens, you're kind of like, oh God, here we go again. Okay, cry. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, you just gotta cry. Sometimes you just gotta cry. You just gotta get all the stuff out, and then you go, okay, I'm better now. A lot of times we repress that. We try to not feel it, and I feel like that makes everything worse. So, let's see. There was someone that had anxiety. Yeah, there's no shame in depression. I think that's why talking about it is so important too. You know, someone was really going in depth about it, but really what I took away from, like, there's no shame in it. That's why it's always good to know that we're not alone, and living in that place of shame about, you know, being sad or depressed is not necessary. It's not necessary to live in a place of shame, and letting out all that emotion out is a release. Someone said accepting I wasn't the problem, it's not my fault. Absolutely. You know, I was someone who, when I was much younger too, I would found it easier to take all the blame on, because if I took the blame on, then I could just let the situation go. But then I was unfairly putting all the blame on myself about things, which just naturally put me into a state of depression. So, you know, I think holding people accountable in ways that make sense, but, you know, whatever that means, and taking accountability for the part that you need to take accountability for, but not taking on more than you need to, is really important too. Okay. I hit something. Okay. I think that was everything there. A lot of you guys asked how I feel going into the new year, which I think I kind of touched on. And I think it's just to talk on it, like, is the new year more inspiring or overwhelming? Is a really good way to look at it. Like, I think all of us kind of like, new year, I'm going to do this stuff. I'm going to set these goals. I'm going to set these intentions. And then a month in, we're like, some people go, I'm going to do dry January, and then they don't succeed at dry January. And then they're immediately upset with themselves and beating themselves up because they didn't do that one goal they set. Or it's all these, I always don't like the goal of, like, I'm going to lose X amount of pounds. It's like, just be healthy. But learn to love yourself. Learn to love your body the way it is. And if you want to drink more water, or you want to go on more walks, or whatever, do that because you want to do it, not because you're like, I need to change my body in some way to be more accepted by society. Really learn to embrace yourself. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm feeling it this year, that this year I'm both inspired and overwhelmed. And I'm not sure where it's going to land in the next couple of days. So it's okay. I'm sitting in a place of both inspiration and being overwhelmed. So I'll probably next Wednesday give you more of an update on where that's at. But let me see. It doesn't feel like we switched gears. I know, it's weird sometimes. Let's see. These are some great things. There's some setting goals, but setting small steps. That's a great one, Susan. Starting driving lessons is both exciting and scary, so I get that too. Yeah, and thank you. Someone said that's okay if I'm both inspired and overwhelmed, as long as we recognize it, which is what it feels like. That's why I just want to be honest. I want to say, like, I'm inspired and maybe a little scared of what's the years ahead, because it's just so unknown. Not having a job for 2026, but starting the podcast, not having a job is scary, but starting the podcast is really exciting. And shadowing in Vancouver is really exciting, but also I'm really sad that I'm leaving and going to be alone for basically a month, or semi-alone, and miss my friends and family. So, you know, there's these things that there's a dual side to both of them, and that's what it feels like right now. So I'm excited though. I'm excited, a little scared, a little overwhelmed, but excited. And it sounds like everyone else is too. So let's just make 2026 an amazing year. It's going to have bumps at some point, but we're going to make it the best year that we can. And all of us are going to do our best. And I'm excited to spend the next, 51 Wednesdays with you. And to talk and figure out all the things we're going to talk about and which people we're going to bring on and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited for this, for WeChat Wednesdays for the holidays. And thanks for everyone being understanding that I didn't do Christmas Eve or New Year's Day. I'm kind of wishing I had in hindsight, but I can't change that. But because I would have loved to have just done a quick check-in, but I didn't do it, but that's okay. Everyone that's out there that's going into school and studying exams, best of luck. People that are starting short films or doing anything in entertainment, best of luck. Excited for what's to come. Happy New Year. Let's see. I'm actually going to end with a quote that one of you guys actually wrote. It's not someone famous. It's just someone in the question box wrote something so profound, which is, what the new year brings to us will depend a great deal on what we bring to the new year. And I think that's just important. It's really important to know. Did I say that right, by the way? My eyes might be getting bad. What we bring to the new year. Yes. I think it's, we're going to be excited for what's to come. And because we're excited, things will fall into place. Or because we're setting goals and intentions, things will fall into place. So thank you guys for this WeChat Wednesday. I really am happy to be back in the, what is the thing, the cycle of this, the pattern of this. And yeah, just really excited to continue to chat with you guys and talk about things to come. I actually will next Wednesday be in Vancouver, so that'll be interesting to see what time I end up having to do the WeChat, but I'll still be doing it. And yeah. So anyways, enjoy your day, guys. Take in the little things that you love. Be as present as possible. Enjoy the beautiful weather, or enjoy the snow, even though some people are not a fan of snow. I would love to be in the snow right now. But enjoy the weather, enjoy the smell of coffee, and look in the mirror and be like, I'm amazing. Do what you got to do today to just put that smile on your face. Go on a walk, breathe in the fresh air. And yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks, guys, and sending you lots of love and happiness for 2026. Someone says positive vibes, love, and happiness. Absolutely. Grateful for all of you. And okay, until next Wednesday, everyone, much love.